Good morning, how are you? Impromptu Facebook Live today. And sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm totally inspired about something. And this is the thing that was on my mind when I woke up this morning. It was so many of my clients, so many people that are part of my community ask me, so how exactly do I journal? I know it's a good idea, but I've never gotten around to making a habit of it. I've never actually done it. I don't exactly know what to do about it. And I thought, I could do a little mini series, just little tips and tricks to help you get started. So we're going to talk about how to choose a journal that you like, what to do. Do you want to use paper or do you want to use an app? How come handwriting in a journal is better? What are some of the common fears that you have about journaling? What happens if somebody finds your journal and reads it? What happens? Do you keep your journals? Do you get rid of them? What happens if someone finds your journal and laughs at what you're writing? What do you do about some of those common fears? Also, we're going to talk about journaling prompts. What are some of the kinds of things that you can write about? Different ways of keeping a journal. How to create a habit. So I've just got a whole bunch of ideas in my head. I thought, you know what? I'm going to put the record on. I'm just going to get started. And over the next series of days, it won't be every day, but over the next series of days, keep your eyes out and you'll see little individual videos about how to start journaling and the benefits of journaling. You heard the sneeze in the background here. This is Tofino. I don't know if you guys can see Tofino or not, but she's snoozing on her chair today. She's my special workmate, but occasionally she'll sneeze, or even these days, we got a lot of squirrels outside, and so sometimes she just goes crazy and barks and barks and barks at the squirrels, so who knows, you might hear her barking too. Let me start with this idea about how to choose a journal. Right now, today, we're talking about paper journals. I will talk about apps in another one of the little videos, but today let's talk about paper journals. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to get a book that is beautiful, something that really speaks to you, something that you enjoy having around, and that is a real pleasure to write in. And I thought the easiest way is for me to show you some of the kinds of journals that I've used in the past, just to give you some ideas. And then it'll also help me show you what I like, what I don't like. And I hope that my opinions and my thoughts just give you something to get started with. So different kinds of journals, and these are all journals that I've completed. So these are journals that I get from Indigo bookstore online, or I go into the store and buy them. They come in a pack of 3. The thing that I like about these is that they're small enough. They've got kind of a firm cover, so they don't get crumpled really easily. The paper's nice, the lines are nice, and it's a big enough sheet of paper I can actually write something in. My writing is super messy, and here's a blank page. I left a blank page for something, but my writing is super messy and it's big. So I like to have something that's big enough that I can actually write in it and not have to turn the page too often. I've also used these Decomposition Notebooks. I find them a little bit too big for me. I do like that there's lots of pages in there, and they're super sturdy. So again, an old journal page that I've had where I was writing about some different stuff. So I like these as well, the Decomposition Notebooks. I like these hardcover ones, and I've got, probably I have 10, maybe 20 of these, all with a different cover. I like the fact that they have a ribbon, so I know where I was. The other thing that I often do with journaling is I'll turn a corner on a page. So I might turn a corner on a page for thoughts that I really want to continue consciously thinking, or maybe something that I'm strategizing about, or a particular goal. But I do like these ones that have a bit of a yellower page. They're nice to write on. The other thing that I like is these are the kinds of journals that when you open them, they stay open. And this is the other thing I wanted to tell you. just give you permission that you might find a journal that you really like, and you write and you write and you write with it, and then you don't actually use up all the paper. And it's your journal. Nobody says you got to use up every sheet of paper in it. You write in there until that one feels done. This journal here is actually the page that I opened it to is March of 2015, so pretty long time ago. Anyway, I like these journals. I've also done this where I've just gone and I bought a spiral notebook. For some reason, these just never inspire me. For you, it might be fine. You might be happy with going to the store and buying one for a couple of bucks. Yeah, they're very functional. For me, they're not beautiful, so they don't inspire me. And I have a big thing about looking at something that is beautiful. It's important to me, and that it feels good. These spiral little coils, they always get in the way when I'm writing, so I can never quite write comfortably. And I know I'm kind of stumbling to try and explain why I don't like these, but I thought that if I could share my feelings with you, then it might help you out. So you can do that as well. I've also taken to using these. These are also from Indigo. You can get them from Amazon as well. The thing that I like about them is they're very similar to this first one that I showed you, but they're a little bit bigger. And I like that. So these are great because I can pop it in my purse. I can keep it with me for any thoughts that I have along the way. These I like for my morning journaling, and I often have more than one journal on the go. I might have a journal that is just my venting journal. I might have a journal that is me planning and future pacing and dreaming about my visions and goals. I might also have a journal that if I go to a workshop, I like to take a journal and I use that to take notes and to remind myself about different things. So nobody says you got to only have one journal at a time. And then I've got one more that I want to show you. So just a second, I got to go grab it. These these are actually my all-time favorite journals. These are the Moleskin Journals. I like them. They're the large size. I like it because it's got the elastic to keep it closed. It's got the little ribbon at the bottom. The great thing about Moleskin Journals is that I love the paper. The paper is a nice color to write on. It takes the ink well. It doesn't get all smudged and everything. And you can write and write and write. This particular journal is from 2016, and I have a lot of these. I think on my shelf right now, I think I've got 5 of these that are finished. They come in this gorgeous teal color. For some reason, this is one of my favorite colors, and it's, I think, one of the reasons that I like it as well. The other thing that I like about these Moleskin books, they're not inexpensive, but they're beautiful, is that they have this little pocket at the back. Now, I'm somebody who finds feathers all along the way. And so lots of times I might find a feather and I might just tuck it in the back of my journal just as a memory. Or maybe I'll find a really neat leaf or something like that and I tuck it in back there. And so that's one of the reasons that I really, really like these Moleskin journals as well. So I hope that this gives you a starting point, that you know that you don't have to choose the perfect book the first time. As you can see, I've been journaling for years. I've got so many different sizes, colors, and types of journals that I've used. So give yourself permission to go and choose one. Go and grab one today and grab yourself a nice pen, and then you've got it started. So for me, when I'm choosing, I don't mind spending a little bit of extra money because my mental health, my dreams, and my goals are worth it. I love to make the writing process more pleasurable and inspiring, and I love to have a beautiful journal. I like to make sure that the paper is nice so that it's pleasing to write on. I like to make sure that the lines aren't too wide or too narrow. Depending on your handwriting, you're going to choose what's right for you. But there's nobody that says that you have to go out and spend more than $1 on a journal. Or if you're like most people, you've got a bookcase full of beautiful journals that you've written, that you've bought over the years, and you've never started with them. So I'll come back and chat with you guys another day about next steps about journaling. I don't know if we're going to talk about writing prompts or apps that you could use, or maybe how to overcome some of the fears that people commonly have around journaling. I hope this was interesting for you. Pop some comments below, ask me questions, and I'll answer them as we continue along. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.